Can we just talk?
Metro FM Talk with Faith Mangope. Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
It's 44 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Monday evening. Let's have a conversation about the mining sector because there are growing calls for accountability over safety irregularities in the mining sector. Now, this follows the Lily Mine tragedy inquiry findings highlighting that the executives failed to conduct proper risk assessments. We're going to be speaking to industry experts as well as mining owners on the impact that this actually has on the livelihood of miners, and also revisiting Lily Mine tragedy as well, just to address and perhaps find some lessons learned when it comes to this issue around Lily Mine. Now, if you remember, an inquest into the 2016 Lily Mine disaster in Mpumalanga revealed that the disaster was caused by the failure of the government to address illegal mining, and the mine's owner, Vantage Goldfields, had failed to do proper assessments under the Mine Health and Safety Act. Now, talking a little bit about mining deaths, did you know that in 2022, about 49 mine workers in South Africa were killed on the job? Now, this is a far less than the 2021 figures of 74 mine workers being killed on the job. That means that last year alone, we had on average one mine worker die a week on our mines. One mine worker die a week in our mines in this country. Right? There are various issues that have been cited, and one of the biggest causes of death is rockfall. Right? And of course, that has been the leading cause of death. And we obviously need to get to a point where we have zero death rate. But what is happening within our mines, and how much accountability is left with the mining owners, the owners of the mines? Or is it really about profit over and above people? Is it just about profit over and above people? And if you are within the mining sector and you can speak about some of these realities as a mine worker, please give us a call or drop us a voice note. But I also want to hear something that I read about rock engineers, and about how there's a skills shortage of qualified rock engineers in the country. If you're within the mining space, give us a call. I'd really love to chat to you about it. Let's welcome into this conversation the managing director at Menar, as well as, I should call him a mining enthusiast, but really is a mining expert. We've got Vuslat Bayoglu joining us in the studio, and then we've also got mining expert Sia Ngango joining us as well on the line. Thank you so much, gentlemen, to the both of you for joining us this evening. Vuslat, maybe let me start off with you, because you own mines, right? So you own a mine. So you understand the daily accountabilities that needs to happen in order for mines to function. But are mine owners and owners of mines, should I say, actually meeting the requirements and the standards when it comes to safety, when it comes to adhering to the regulations, or are we simply placing profit over people?
Yeah, look, I think, first of all, like you said when you started, South Africa has a generally good record of safety if you compare with other countries in the world. But obviously no fatality can be accepted, so we should target to have zero fatality. South Africa is a mining country. We've got lots of mines: platinum, gold, coal, iron ore, chrome, manganese, magnetite, and accidents happen. And our challenge in the country is not the legally operating mines. Our challenge is generally illegally operating mines. And if you look at the Lily Mine case, it happened due to, and judgment of the magistrate in Mbombela is clear, Anna-Marie van der Merwe. She says this thing happened due to illegal mining, and it could have been stopped by DMRE, by Department of Police, and by the mine owners. So our biggest problem in the mining industry is illegal mining. And as mine owners, nobody, I think, in their clear conscience can prioritize profit over somebody's health and safety. Because you can actually, if you don't make money, you can make money next year, but you can't restore a life. So I, as far as I know, the members of Minerals Council, people in general in mining industry, I've never seen a mine owner or mine boss trying to prioritize money over people's health and safety.
Well, here it is, but when it comes to this issue around Lily Mines, where also the findings were around the health and safety regulations being adhered to from the likes of Goldfields. Somewhere, somehow, there needs to be an accountability, and there've been also other parts, because I've had a conversation with Herman Mashaba as well about the very same issue, and one of his greatest lamenting over the years is that the bosses were told that there was a message that went out regarding the safety of the rocks, and also regarding the pillar. There was a pillar that was it was about, do we keep digging or do we stop? And there was a whole big toss and to and fro when it comes to that. And the decision was, we keep going. Somewhere, somehow, Vuslat, I hear you, but the mine owners need to take accountability.
I agree with you on the Lily Mine case, Vantage Goldfields, which is a a junior Australian company, I think they need to explain to South African mining industry players, because legal or experienced mine owners are becoming victims of these kind of incidents, because the MRE keeps the record of these things, like keeps the compliance enforcement very, very thorough. And I think nobody obviously wanted to have an incident like this. But if you look at what happened there, mine management didn't listen to the geologists' warning. Okay, that's the critical thing, because illegal miners was mining the crown pillar, and crown pillar is the main pillar that holds all the sections. And also, if you look at the DMRE's investigation, which says that they should have not built anything on top of the crown pillar. So I guess there are things that went wrong on the mine owner side, mine management side, DMRE side, because DMRE carried on looking at the compliance, if the mine is compliant or not, because they regularly visit the mines. And then also Department of Police looked at like what's happening, because there were complaints about illegal mining. But it's like I said, it's a general issue in the country, illegal mining, and I guess we'll talk about it, how we can avoid this.
We'll talk a little bit more around. So then how then do we move forward so that, yes, we understand the need to have a capitalist system, but capital can't come before people?
True. Like, I think we need to first ask the question to ourselves. This company, Vantage Goldfields, will they be allowed to carry on mining? Because the MRE is very tough on mining companies, when it comes to compliance. So I want to find out from David Msiza, Chief Inspector of Mines, if he's going to carry on allowing these people to carry on mining. It's clear there's something wrong with this company. They carried on mining without listening to the geologists. That's the one question. Second question, if you look at the mining stakeholders, which is companies, government, unions, and workers, they have signed up for zero harm health and safety standards. Okay, so that's non-negotiable. So DMRE is good at regulating legal mines, legal operations, but there's no clear strategy on illegal mining. So government departments has to work together. So when I say this, if you think about it, like, it's not only Lily mine, where there were 3 people who died, and I think 74 people were rescued. There should be no fatality if management of the company or the MRE did their jobs. So we saw what happened in Free State. Some people coming from Lesotho mining illegally, they died. Tens of people died. So how do we stop illegal mining? I think DMRE and police, Department of Police, have to work together. So DMRE knows the illegal mining sites, or they should know. So David Msiza could come out and say, okay, these are the illegal mining sites, okay, and Minister Becky Kele should set up a team. If they don't have enough people, then it should go to the cabinet, and the president needs to allow these people to create a team, maybe with the approval from the parliament. But we need enforcement team, like Bazooka mentioned about earlier, and we need to enforce the rules so that people who are mining illegally should be stopped. And it's not an easy thing. It's a very difficult thing, because it's a massive industry. But if we don't stop illegal mining, it is going to carry on tainting the legal mining operations.